I was getting a little worried. FMS has been kind of quiet on the new releases lately, but they have finally delivered. Check it out. The new 18 scale ready to run Ford Bronco fun havers. These are licensed. They've got some really cool details. They're 4-wheel drive. You can get it brushed or brushless, and I can't wait to drive it. That's coming up in a little bit, but we got to get these things out of the box. And there they are. The foam cases are back. Trucks are nicely protected inside, and they're available in a couple of different flavors. So this truck right here is the 2024 version, available in brushless, and it's RS. And then there's the 2025 version, which I have over there. And that one is brushed and it's ready to run. So the RS means it's assembled and you get the radio system. You got to provide your own battery and charger. And again, this one's brushless. This one over here is brushed. And look at that. There's your charger. I'm guessing the battery is already strapped down inside. Let's see what other kind of goodies they give you. They give you an instruction sheet. They give you some lenses and it looks like some additional pods for lights. And I noticed this, they give you adjustable tie rods. They're like, hey, you build that. We don't want to put those things together. Got some fixed links on the truck already, and those are just fine for bashing around. This one's got a box wrench in there, and there's some more of the light stuff. But the brush version here has this X3A radio system, and this is super basic, just plastic wheel on that, 2.4 gig, and you've got a mix of digital trims. No, that's just trim dials, and then your reversing switches. There's the charger. I bet you'll do 2 to 3S, and there's your plug. Over here, this comes with a little bit better of a radio system. Nice comfortable grip, 2.4 gig, and you pop the panel on the back. You can see all the trim functions in there. All right, let me get these things out of the boxes. Looks like they continued the partnership with Ready to Run Vehicles. If you want to get in, you've got the 2025 version. You can see they've got the different beadlock wheel colors on each, slightly different graphics, but really cool detail on this for an 18 scale vehicle. Nice size too. So got a cage on the inside, Lexan body painted from underneath, and then they've got decals on the outside to replicate the sponsors. You can see it's got an interior in there and molded with some molded driver heads. And then they've got a working LED light bar, and it's super cool look to it, guys. Even the Bronco grille is a molded piece, but you can't put LED lights in the headlights. That's a little bit of a bummer, but the body structure itself seems pretty strong. So if you're launching this thing, I think it's gonna handle it. So to get the body off, it's got this little flip tab in the back. You just pop the body up, slide it back, up, and it comes right off. Look at all the detail on the inside of that, all that structure too. Definitely got to protect the chassis, which we're going to check out next. So this is kind of a simplified platform. I've already taken the brushless apart so I could talk about all the details for you guys. And check out the chassis, pretty strong tub style chassis. Got some extra ground clearance underneath and just all flat. There is no screws except for the front and rear bumper screws down below. And you can see plenty of room for batteries here. We got a Velcro strap to hold that down. So if you have a higher battery pack with more capacity, that's got to fit in there. And then the top plate here is all one piece from front to back. It includes the top half of the diff cases, even the supports for the shock towers. So if you want to access the driveline on this, you got to take a lot of stuff apart. It took me a while to get to the drivetrain for you guys. Cuts down on the parts. That's kind of cool. Brings down the price a little bit, but I'm not sure about that. I do like the ease of use when it comes to maintenance and repairs and stuff, but it's a smaller car. You'll get around it. The other thing I wasn't too big of a fan of is it does have a mix of Phillips head screws and then hex head hardware. But nonetheless, the chassis does seem pretty strong. The steering on this simple twin bell crank setup, no servo saver. That was kind of a surprise. And then check out the suspension, guys. So it's just your independent suspension setup. No, it doesn't have a solid axle rear. Just gone with a universal platform here. Maybe we'll see some other cars built on this. Looks like a pretty solid platform. But independent suspension. You've got oil-filled shocks on all four corners. It feels pretty light right out of the box, to be honest with you. And then they've got sway bars, which I really like seeing. Even on the brushed version, you can see the brushed version has different color anodized shock caps and the lower cap that holds in the O-rings. So it's a little bit of a different look between the two. Looks like pretty decent suspension arms on this. Captured hinge pins. Not a huge fan of the hinge pins going into the chassis. I would like to see individual pivot blocks there, but again, they're cutting down on the cost. Price-wise, I'm going to leave that in the video description below, just because things are always changing. That'll be easier. And then you can see they got the fixed links for the camber rods and and even the steering links. You saw in the brushless version, they give you the adjustable turnbuckles if you want to throw those on. And then the outer steering blocks and caster blocks, those look pretty decent. However, it doesn't look like there's a ton of steering throw on this. I'm just actually going to turn it nice and slow so I don't wreck the servo, but that's all of the steering angle there. So look how it stops. I'd expect that to go a little bit more. Part of that is probably because there's dog bones in there. You don't get much throw with those decent looking size hubs. You got a large bearing on the outside of that hub, both front and rear. And actually you can see it peeking through because they were shaving things away to get as much steering as they could out of this setup. Suspension looks decent, feels decent. Let me just check this with the battery in there. We got some slaps. So if you're going on some big jumps, you'd probably want to throw some heavier oil in there. Again, these are right out of the box. And of course you're gonna have to tune some stuff if you're going big air. And one more thing I want to show you is the bumpers. Again, held on with Phillips head hardware, and then it's got this little push clip in the back to get it off. You gotta just push those together and you go hinge this piece up in the front, the support piece. Kind of wish that was screwed in just in case those little clips break off, but we'll have to see if that actually happens. Now guys, into the driveline. So you've got a front and rear gear differential. You got metal ring and pinion, you got metal internal gears, and you got a metal spur gear and aluminum center drive shaft. Well, at least on the brushless version. I didn't take the brush version apart. I'm gonna assume it's the same. Don't quote me on that one. Actually, no, I can't see it through the side, right there in the front. So it's got a green anodized center shaft in it. So that's pretty cool. I did go and take apart a differential for you guys, and that's where things got a little mixed for me. It was cool that there was metal internal gears. However, there's only 2 spider gears and then the 2 sun gears inside. And on brushless systems, that scares me a little bit. I like to see 4 spider gears in there. So again, we'll have to see how it holds up, but the rest of the drivetrain looks good. Ball bearings too. So it looks like we've got some good stuff in there. Now onto the electronics, of course, different for the brushed and brushless. There's your FMS servo up front. This has plastic gears, and right behind it, a multi-channel receiver, and that's so you can go plug in your lights with this particular truck. On the other, it's got a 2-in-1 setup, and then it's got a Hobbywing speed controller in here. That's pretty cool. Waterproof, and this actually was out when I first got it. A lot of the 2-sided tape kind of gave way in shipping. I just had to go and stick everything back down. You got a XT30 plug on it, and then the brushless motor, which I have not been able to find a KV rating on, and I will add it to the video somewhere if I do find out before this thing gets uploaded. Over here, 380 size brushless motor. There is that 2-in-1 system I told you about. No cooling fan on either one of these, by the way. We do have a cooling heat sink on the brushed version, and then the brush version here with the battery. That is a 7.4 volt 2S 2000 milliamp pack. And again, I showed you guys the charger before. So they look cool. Definitely like the fun haver bodies. They look absolutely awesome. And I think these things are going to be a lot of fun for around backyards and parking lots, dirt lots. And we just need to head out and drive these. Let's go. Okay, we got to start off with some speed testing, see how fast these things go. I have a Charge 2S pack in the brush version here. There's my GNSS in the back. Looks like we got 12 satellites, and we'll get this thing rolling. Whoa, we need some serious trim work right out of the box. So this thing goes straight first. There we go. And we'll get into it. And there's our top speed. And again, no break in on this motor. Fresh out of the box here. Probably hit the top speed on that one. Oh, a little sideways. And we got 20 miles an hour. That's not bad for a brush motor, 2S. And now I got the brushless version that's also on 2S. Fire this up. Should probably see if it goes straight first. Yep, pulls a little to the side, so we'll go and adjust that. There we go. And roll into it here. Whoa, that's got some more power to it. Going back to back. Oh no, rolled it. Hopefully I didn't lose my GNSS. I don't think these are going to be pavement friendly trucks. And let's see what we got, guys. 28 on that one. A little test here on the parking lot. Rear end's a little loose. Oh yeah, rear end's really loose in the parking lot here. So I think these are going to be some dirt cars. It's edgy, guys. This is the brushless version. Yeah, it's just diffing out too. All right, we got to go hit some dirt with this. Oh, so we're over at the dirt lot. These trucks should feel more at home here. We'll start off with the brush truck. Just get a feel for it first, guys. Oh, edgy in the corners. Forgot to mention those Nitto tires that they have on it, licensed, which is pretty cool. All right, starting to see the suspension work. And you know what? That steering actually doesn't feel too bad. Yeah, I mean, it whips around the corners, kind of because there's no grease in those differentials, just a light coating. So you can see it getting a little sideways, even though it's got sway bars on there. A little surprised with that. Not bad. All right, we're getting dialed in here. Getting a feel for the truck. A little bump off that pothole there. Yeah, a little loose in the corners when hammering on the throttle. And just edgy in the corners too. Now we'll give the brushless truck a shot. You can definitely hear it's got some more speed to it. A little looser too, but you can actually control the power slide. All right, this is cool. This one's sliding a bit more. Interesting. I mean, they're basically the same setup. I think I actually like the brushless version a whole lot better. It seems to handle better for some reason. What do you think? I thought the brush would just be super nimble and easy to drive, but this has got the speed, and it seems to be cornering pretty well too. Through the bump. Yeah, guys. I say just go straight brushless if you want to get one of these things. Had to break out the little Pro Line jump. Got the brush model. Oh, buck up on that one. So we'll roll off on the throttle and then just blip it. Still nose down. Carry a little more speed and blip the throttle. Yeah, still a flipper. And now we got the big jump out. Oh, that's better. Okay, so it's not the truck, it was just a jump. And I mean, that plays a big role, you guys know that. Let's hit it now. Full throttle. Yeah! All right, I'm warming up to the brush version. One more hit here before we switch it up. Yeah, way better. We'll go right for the big jump. I'm gonna send this thing. Get a nice run up on it. Yeah! Oh man, that was a cool hit. This thing's got some rip. Definitely needs some more grease in the differentials. Oh guys, that was pretty cool. I mean, just sending this thing. Seems to be holding up too. Just worried about the diffs. Yeah. Oh, that was sick. That thing just flew. All right, I stuffed a 3S pack in here. Speed controller says it can handle it. Oh geez, but can the truck handle it? Oh man, it just diffs out with that. Yeah, it is all over the place on 3S. Look at this. Yeah. Oh man. Come on, land on all four. There we go. All right, let's go right into a big jump. Big send here, guys. Let's go. Oh, wow. That was pretty cool. I mean, that is this huge air. I wasn't really expecting it to land on all fours. We got close. One more big jump. That's durability testing, guys. This seems to be holding up. So the verdict, well, FMS has definitely created some cool 18 scale trucks. Definitely like that these are licensed. They seem to be pretty rugged. I just beat the heck out of this thing. I've only got 3 packs through them in total between the two, and you know, no issues so far. The drivetrain is getting a little loud on this one. I was running it on 3S at the end. Maybe we got a little dirt in the gears, but again, all metal gears in there. Definitely need a little bit of setup help. I think I like to see a little bit heavier oil in them, and definitely the differentials packed with a bit more grease. That 2 spider gear just scares me a little bit with these trucks, especially if you're gonna go throw some big packs in there, or maybe change out the motor to something quicker later on down the road. But I had fun with these things, guys. Sending it off the big BMX jump was way better than the little Pro Line ramps, and they're cool trucks. Let me know what you think about them. Links in the video description below.